everyone, and welcome to TR5, which is actually on our channel.
Even though there's four of
My
us today,
channel.
so
Yes.
Right.
There's
don't
four.
let that confuse everyone.
Yeah, just imagine there's a fifth person in there, kind of somewhere
Someday
back
we'll
there.
get these numbers right.
We'll do fine. So how's everybody doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm actually drinking coffee in the middle of the afternoon, which means I won't be sleeping anytime soon.
How about everyone else?
Yeah, doing all right. All right. There's a lot of craziness in my area right now, so kind of keeping my ear to the ground, and otherwise, so far so good though.
Okay, that's good. That's good. How about you, Jane?
Oh, Jane's back in heat. Jane's fine.
Jane is like it's like, which one do I want to use?
Right.
It's like
always prepared.
Yes. Granted, I have not been shooting in a while, but
Jane's like dead shot.
Everything together.
She hears stuff coming on her roof with a scope. Look, don't play around Jane's house. Don't do it.
Please don't. I would be ready.
Yes. Locked and loaded. Yep, locked and loaded.
But you're so polite about it. At least you're saying, please don't. So polite.
Yeah. Please step back.
Because what is it that they say? A polite society is an armed society. Or is it the other way around? Arms. No. So polite society is an armed society. Yes, it is true.
I think at that point, polite level to Jane is rock salt. That's what I think that is. Hail to the chat.
Hey everybody. Let's see, who do we have? So it looks like Bear was first. Hey Bear.
Bear.
Hail, buddy. Hail, Bear. Good to see you, friend.
Good. Here's Jane saying, hey guys. See? Chef Zilla said, did somebody say Godzilla versus King Kong? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That is one of our stories. And probably like everyone else, when I saw the trailer for that and I was in the theater, I started clapping like I was 8 years old. I mean,
right.
It was something else.
Dead right.
Oh, Avian Pork, hey, numbers are overrated.
Yeah.
That's true. Guess that, it is true.
Yes, Steven.
Yes. Nikki D says, evening all. Hello.
Hey, Nikki D. Hell.
Glad you could join us. And Nerd Cookies. What's going on?
What's up, sweetheart?
What's up, Nerd Cookies?
Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, what do we want to start out with first?
Can I please be selfish? Can we start with the Carol Baskin story? People are like, oh, who cares about that anymore right now? Like, okay, I get it. There's a lot of other things going on, but look,
when that came across my Twitter feed, oh my gosh, it was just freaking hysterical.
I thought it was a joke.
Oh no. I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't a joke due to the show and the lawsuit that she had going on, where she basically sued Joe Exotic into the Stone Age. So something was going to have to
sued him into hiring a freaking hitman. Sued him into prison.
Yes. Well, let me see if I can find the story, because I just have a picture.
It's in the TR5 chat.
Yeah, I do, but when I pull it up, it's just like it's just a picture. Hold on.
I can try and pull it up somewhere.
Now I have this. So okay, so this will be interesting. But yes, I'm sorry. This is the kind of hot mess we need today, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love I forget.
Can we go back to a
major play? That's a play there.
Yes. Yeah. Can we go back to
with murdering in this?
Right. I mean, you're right, Jane. Like, look, where is Carol's husband? Let's be real.
Well, he's probably part of some tire poop buried somewhere.
Absolutely. Now look out that new one she has, that the one that she has properly cucked.
The simp.
The simp. Don't get out of line, Mr. Simp. She
you
got
see
more.
him. He's just like, yeah, I'm just, I'm just glad to be alive.
Yeah.
And not fed to the to the tigers yet. Hey man.
She's probably pointing to the body right there in that picture. It's like, wow, there's over there.
Another thing to add, she is a straight up Florida woman. Some people forget.
It's true.
Florida woman, Hillsborough County.
What's going on with the alligators in Florida right now?
Mating season.
There's like every time I go on Twitter, there's like either someone's out front of someone's door. They have got two alligators wrestling each other. There was like those cops surrounding that huge prehistoric alligator in like the middle of the highway.
Fences now too.
They're what?
Well, I saw a Twitter post like they're climbing fences now. There was like a fucking alligator climbing.
They've always been able to do that. It's mating season and they're extremely aggressive. Extremely aggressive.
No, y'all.
Yes.
Lorena was saying that they have to check under their cars.
Yes.
For these.
What?
Because if it's hot, you check your pools. You check under your car, especially if it's hot. Because if it's hot, they want to hang up under your car.
Look, I ain't moving to no damn Florida. That's it. Jay, I'm saying it now. If that's what I got to put up with, I ain't moving down there, brother.
It happens once a year.
That'd happen to me. My Philly ass would go down there and step into my car and get my foot bit off. That shit would happen to me. No.
Has there been any stories of like that happening where they grab someone and just spring them under the car?
No, and here's why. And
like a horror movie.
This is what I tell people, okay, as family who's native Floridian. If you hear them hissing at you, that's the warning signal. It's like a rattlesnake, okay? They're rattling to tell you to back the heck up, all right? So you usually get a warning before any of that happens.
Oh, they give you a warning before they
Yes, they do. They do.
Oh, that's nice.
They give you a warning.
How much time after the warning do you have?
It's not that bad. I'm going to have to find a video to show you just how freaking slow they react.
I've seen it move very fast.
I grew up in the city. When I see a possum or a skunk, I'm like, ah! All right, I'm used to squirrels and cats and birds and dogs, and that's it.
Now you know how I felt when I had to go live with my grandparents in the backwaters in Florida in the summer. Okay.
No. Hell no.
That's what happened every summer. But no, alligators can turn around side to side very quickly, but they're not super fast. They're not super fast.
So why are you told then to run in a zigzag?
Because they flip over very quickly.
See,
they got short legs and they can flip over.
Zigzags make them flip it like what? Do somersaults?
Well, they can't keep up that way. If you zigzag, think if you have to change direction, if you're running, you can do it very easily. You have longer legs. Alligators can't do that very easily.
But they're just not smart enough to just go straight and figure if you're zigzagging, eventually you have to cross paths.
They have little tiny pea brains.
Okay, but they can still climb fences.
Yes, they can freaking climb fences. You know what?
Like you can't get away.
You know what? I'm gonna have to dig up some YouTube videos. I laugh because this is like 400 years of ancestry with telling me how you deal with gators, including how Native Americans deal with gators. So one of the coolest things to see is if you get a gator call and the cops come out and animal control and they have to wrangle the alligator. It is the funnest thing to freaking watch. It really is. It really is.
I'll enjoy that shit from a distance.
I bet
that's what we all do.
No.
I will. You know what? I'll have to see if I can find a video of mine where I actually have one of some police action. So I'll have to dig that up and show it to everybody later on in the show. But oh my gosh, who was it? They climb now. Yeah, they've been knowing how to climb.
Yeah, at one point, one of the the ancestors of this country had said, as a way to get away from alligators, just climb a wall, climb a fence, get away from them. That's one of the. And then they learned how to climb fences, and now they checked that one off. That no longer. So now it's zigzags, but they'll figure that out.
It's always been zigzags.
Nah, alligators were probably used to be stupid control, and now since we've been boxing them up and keeping them out of the way, they're not doing their job.
Because here's the thing: is you get stupid people who will feed them. They do not see them as wild killers. Like I've been raised to know what they are, that they're like that. But people start feeding them and then wondering why their pets are disappearing and why the alligators are not scared of them. That's a problem.
Yeah, the kid that eats the most wooden nickels dies.
Well, I can understand that. I mean, look at the alligator. They look so cute and cuddly. How could you possibly mistaken them for killers?
Yeah. They're
cuddly, bro.
I mean, don't you just look at one and think koala bear cuddling? That's
hell
no.
I mean, hell no. I think gator nuggets, shoes, pearls.
Gator nuggets?
They look like fruit to me. That's about it.
Gator nuggets? Is that a thing?
Yes, gator nuggets. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
What is that like? Is that a McDonald's thing in Florida? McGator?
No.
Are we talking about gator nuts? Do gators have nuts?
I don't know if they do, but I know the gator meat that they eat them. Yeah, there's a restaurant I go to in my family's hole in a wall rural town in Florida. Yeah, gator nuggets are on the menu.
Hold on, I need to address the chat. Tommy, look, he said, "Don't be sissies. Gators don't bother nobody." Look, you may grow up in the wild. We don't. All right, you talk to Lethal Light and some of them Australian boys, and you have them come down. I'm sure they'd be like, "This ain't shit." But no,
you know what? The Australians came into my chat on Sunday, and we were just basically comparing notes between alligators and crocs, and they literally have the same freaking protocol. And I said, Florida is the Australia of New Zealand. I mean, of America. Oh God, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I've seen the movie Croczilla. They look pretty dangerous.
They're slow. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Later on, I'm gonna have to show you. I'm gonna pull up the video from Palm Beach County, so you can see where they are. Yes, gator.
The thing is, they're slow, but the fact that you can walk up on them anywhere is the part I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't?
We don't have that in Louisiana. They stay in the swamp. Yeah, they don't walk around like randomly.
Well, good. That's where they should.
You know what? I think it's because there's so many people around that they just walk that way. They do, because when I worked at the Kennedy Space Center, and I worked out there, we'd see gators all the time, but they're down in the ditches, on the banks, just getting some sun, not bothering anybody, birds sitting them on them, no big deal.
Well, hell with that. That's not like walking up to a lake and seeing a pelican.
Right.
No.
Oh, God.
Do zigzag patterns, does that work for crocodiles as well? Is it both?
I don't think so. Crocodiles are worse.
Are they smarter?
Napalm. Final.
Napalm.
Yeah. Yeah. If we have any Australians in the chat, you're gonna have to answer that particular question.
Look,
yes, Tommy, damn Yankees.
Trey Courtney says, "I'm in LA. This is news to me." Trey, you and I running together, brother. No,
You know what? If y'all come to Florida, y'all just have to run with me.
I don't think I want to now.
Run with you away from alligators.
Run with you to what? To alligators? To the alligator farm?
You know what? I'll be honest. I would rather deal with gators in Florida than in LA. And I used to live in LA. Hell no.
You're going to see Trey and me together in Florida running in zigzags across the state. That's what you're going to see.
With me in the back laughing my ass.
Go right ahead. I'm staying alive.
What about New York City? There's the long-standing rumor of alligators in the New York sewers.
What? Oh, I have no idea.
You think they're smarter there?
I have heard. Yeah, you are most likely to get attacked by a goose and a gator. That's true.
Geese are wild too.
Yeah, they shoot.
Look, I've seen geese. I ain't afraid of geese.
I will smack some geese around. I'm so not kidding you. Okay, well, let me get to the tiger thing.
Oh, yes, the other predator. Yes.
The other predator. So, foe of Tiger King zookeeper granted Oklahoma property. So, we all know Carol Baskin.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
Yes. So, a federal judge granted Carol Baskin's Big Cat Rescue control Monday of imprisoned reality TV star Joe Exotic's former zoo properties in Oklahoma, finding that they were fraudulently transferred to avoid paying her under a $1 million trademark
So what does
judgment.
that mean? The dude that took it over, he lost it. Wasn't he moving the rescue down to Texas or something? What is his name?
Uh,
The swinger guy.
Jeff guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Jeff. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know what happened.
He may have just been in control temporarily.
Yeah, but
The
Joe
court
was
may
the
have made him a
actually
curator or something.
yeah, because
Hmm.
Joe was supposed to actually transfer it to her, and if you go back and you look at the series, he was just getting rid of stuff. He was trying to
He
get
was.
rid of stuff as quickly as possible to take, to make sure she didn't get it. But
See this trailer? This ain't
yeah,
mine. That
yeah,
car out
man.
there, that ain't mine. Yeah, we remember.
So the U.S. District Judge ruled that the Tampa based Big Cat Rescue has sufficiently traced funds to allow for the imposition of a constructive trust under state law regarding the 16.4-acre Wynwood property formerly owned by Joseph Allen Maldonado Passage, aka Exotic. So I'm guessing the simp husband is the one who basically helped to do this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that simp hated him.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Because you see, the simp is a beta, right? The simp, he's a beta to Carol, and Joe was an alpha, a gay alpha, but he was an alpha. Right? He surrounded himself with lots of dong and cats. Not the kind of pussy that I would enjoy, but he surrounded himself with that. And the simp is very jealous. That's that emasculated him further. Although he enjoys the emasculation, he's gonna. You know what pisses me off is that this woman, who's basically doing the same thing that she's shaming other people for and trying to put other people out of business, now has more access and to do the same thing that she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
What's the injustice?
This is insane. I don't understand why a court would make this decision, especially by what authority? I mean, I don't understand how she pulled this off. What would normally happen is it would be sold, like she could purchase it, but to have it awarded to her is just weird.
What was the lawsuit over? Was she saying it was her right to own it in the first place, or how is she worded?
What happened is that Joe Exotic, instead of coming up with his own trademark and artwork for his zoo,
right?
He basically just used Carol's and slapped his name on it.
That's fucking funny as shit. See, I seem to remember a YouTube channel around here that's so obsessed with another YouTube channel. They did the same shit so they could catch some of the algorithm, like Joe did with Carol. By using her name, there would be search engines and they would drive traffic to him and away from her. Yep. I seem to remember a YouTube channel around here doing the same shit. I can't think of their name offhand.
Really?
Yeah, it was something entertainment. I can't think of it. But yeah, I don't know, man. I reached out to that person a little bit ago and I said, maybe you shouldn't do that. It's a bad look. And that person said, well, I've got more traction. That's because you're pulling off of a channel that's 10 times your size. But oh god. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to the story.
It's okay. Mads Mama Bear says, was sardine oil involved? Probably.
Yeah, absolutely. God damn it.
Oh, so let's see here. Big Cat Rescue's constructive trust and equitable lien in and to all the buildings shall survive any physical or title transfer of the building and shall follow any proceeds except as to good faith purchaser value, the 11-page order states. So, Big Cat Rescue, they did sue Joe Exotic's mother, claiming fraudulent transfer because he did transfer some stuff to his mama. Properly featured. Shreve Vogel later admitted under oath that the zoo land was transferred to her by Joe Maldonado to remove it from the reach of creditors, including BCR, should BCR win its Florida lawsuit, complaint states. Schriebogel also admits in 2015 via confession of a judgment she entered into to resolve a lawsuit filed against he by the Chapter 7 bankruptcy trustee overseeing Joe Maldonado's personal bankruptcy estate that the zoo land was fraudulently transferred to her by Joe Maldonado in 2011 to avoid his creditors. So that's basically the deal. So now Carol's got both places. So
That's funny.
yeah,
She wins.
she wins.
She always wins.
Yes, she always wins. Like I said,
Yep.
sue the freaking heck out of them.
Next season on Tiger King.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man,
Wow.
there's going to be a story that's going to come out, hopefully, at some point in the next year or two, maybe, where this bitch falls on her face.
I hope so.
Me too, man.
Well, you know, Hillsborough County reopened the cold case for her husband's murder.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They did.
they
Really?
did because of the Netflix
Because of the show?
Because of the show, they did.
Oh,
They
interesting.
did.
Wow, wouldn't that be sweet poetic justice?
That would be wonderful.
Free Joe Exotic. Get him his farm back.
No, I mean, look, Joe. I say get Joe's harem back, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm fighting for that.
The emancipation of Joe Exotic.
Absolutely. His ex got a new set of teeth now. Do you see them pearly whites? Do you see them fake ass teeth? Got chiclets. Yeah.
Season 2 could be like a dating show, like Joe Exotic dating show. He goes out,
Right.
he tries to like find his new harem of young boys or men or what. I know he seems to like them young, so
Oh yeah. Oh,
he tries to win back the love of his newly teethed ex.
Uh-huh.
He likes him young and stupid.
Yeah, he like young and dumb.
Yeah, he could have his own show. Call it the Newly Gay Game. Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea.
Oh my goodness, great.
He's on the prowl.
Literally.
I'm done with tigers. I'm looking for dragons now.
Ooh. Well, cool.
Man, we just funded Netflix's next show.
Yeah,
next viral
pretty
sensation.
much. They know we want to see it. You know the Hollywood knockoffs are coming.
Speaking of gay, I see Godzilla standing behind King Kong with a purpose. What's going on here?
Well, how many of you people are Godzilla fans? Godzilla movie fans?
Godzilla's kind of like an alligator, right? It's kind of like a very
He
large
zigzag. If Godzilla's coming at you, zigzag. Final.
That'll work.
Oh God, he's so tall it wouldn't even freaking matter. You can't even get anywhere.
I'm still look.
one
Frank
step
Ocean
you're
will be
zigzagging back
zigzagging.
and forth. One step you're crushed.
There's a name Tiger King on the prowl. Hey, script out there, yeah.
Oh, Tiger King.
Look, script.
There you go. There's your next script.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
Well, here we go. So we say Godzilla versus Kong rumors stoke fear. Kong will win and drive fans away from the MonsterVerse.
What?
What?
Okay. What website is this?
Let me read it again. This is our friends Bounding into Comics.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Bounding
All
into
right.
Comics. So they
All right.
say,
I'm being cool. All right.
I know it's like it's Bounding into Comics. So, let's see where this goes. Godzilla versus Kong rumors stoke fear. Kong will win and drive fans away from the monster.
Oh, I read it wrong. See, we had all that gay talk. I thought it stroke. I thought he said he's going to stroke him. All right, I'm good now.
Stoke.
That's a different movie.
Stoke.
That's King Dong. That's King
thank
Dong.
you.
You got
Thank
him.
you,
Yeah,
Final.
you got to mix up there.
Definitely zigzagging away from that one. All right.
Yeah. So, Godzilla versus Kong is a clash of legends, a showdown of titans, everything Legendary's MonsterVerse has been building towards. And we know who the diehards want to win. Godzilla is king in their minds, and they want him to come out on top. Hell yeah!
I mean, Godzilla's kind of an asshole, though. You know?
Yeah, I've been always kind of partial to King Kong, honestly, as well. I like Godzilla,
Yeah.
but he's always kind of seen more of the villain.
Yeah, I mean, how many times are you going to rebuild Tokyo?
He hasn't always been. He's come and saved the city before, but I'm always partial to King Kong. I don't know why.
I'm not. I think Kong's an ass. I do. I don't know what it is.
Is
I
it
don't know
because
what it
Brie
is.
Larson was in the last Kong film? Is that what it
That
is?
you know what? That probably could be because I can't stand her ass. I have absolutely Godzilla is like one of my favorite Titans. I freaking love Godzilla.
He's a boss.
I
That's
love
for
it.
sure.
But is King Kong not? I mean, he's the king. It's in his title.
He is.
Well,
he
he's a
is.
pretender.
Yeah, he is, but
He's
he's
a
just not.
pretender.
He's not my favorite Titan. He's not my favorite Titan.
Okay, no, I
Godzilla,
dig it.
you know,
Godzilla's awesome.
stomping and
I like
X
them
up and
both.
catching Mothra in midair and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But King Kong ripped the jaw off a T-Rex. That's pretty cool.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, it was in the last Kong movie.
I didn't see that one.
Rips
Brie
the
Larson's
jaw.
in it, right?
Yeah, Brie Larson.
Yes.
I didn't see that.
You avoided that like the plague. There might have been an open-toed scene. Stay away.
Ooh. Nah, I haven't watched Captain Marvel, so I'm definitely not going to watch Godzilla with her in it.
Just watch the Mauler review of Captain Marvel. That's all you need.
Yes.
All
all you
right.
need.
Okay. But Kong's been christened a king for decades until Skull Island.
Mm-hmm.
As such, while anything can happen and we don't know the full details and haven't been given a trailer yet, just speculation, there is a growing fear that we will see a passing of the torch to Kong.
I mean, there's a big size difference between those two.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying in the chat.
You know,
There's
like-
a big size difference.
Yeah, if anything, King Kong would be like a sidekick.
Yeah, it'd be hard to see King Kong at the size he is in the movie beat Godzilla, realistically.
Yeah, Chief Zilla's right, because Godzilla is a force of nature. He's more of an anti-hero. Absolutely.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
2005. Yes, 2005 King Kong was good. I did like that.
Was that was the Peter Jackson one, right?
Is that
Skull
one?
Island?
So, yeah.
Skull Island?
Was it? Or am I thinking of the one in the 90s with Ferris Bueller?
No, that was Godzilla from the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller in New York, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the 2005 Kong, I believe that was
that was
for
Skull
that.
Island.
Peter Jackson.
Wrong for that toxic man flu. I should have known better before I clicked on it.
Yes. Yeah.
Super gangster and toxic femininity. I should know better. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of Oh, so let's see. A post in the GodzillaMovies.com forum. Oh, there's a forum. Oh, okay, cool. Address that concern. User Hawk4117 wrote late in May possible spoilers that he heard Kong will claim victory. There seem to be substantial rumors that Kong will indeed win the battle against the mighty Godzilla, he wrote. And he went on to add, although I don't fully believe in all the latest plot, spoiler leaks, and rumors, I do find a couple of them with some merit.
What the hell's he going to do? What is King Kong going to do against Godzilla for real?
I can't imagine.
I don't know. Drop some C4 down his throat. I don't know.
Is he smart enough to do that? I mean,
no.
Then what?
Dig a hole for him to fall into?
I'm thinking some Deus Ex Machina BS they're going to come up with because
Gotta be.
I'm not seeing it, and I'm really not a fan.
He's going to throw gators at him. That's
Do they have lasers on their heads too?
Yes, laser gators.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Kong is supposed to be bigger. Yeah, but I don't see him as matching the size of Zilla. That's right. A 90s radioactive iguana is not a Godzilla.
Yeah, I know. I know
Yeah,
Godzilla. It was
I
kind of a
agree.
disappointment.
I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't see. Did you guys see the Godzilla King of the Monsters? I haven't watched that yet. It was last year. Millie Bobby Brown was in it. It was the follow-up to Godzilla from 2016.
Did not, and I wanted to.
Yeah, he takes on Mothra, Rodin, kind of the his big nemesis.
Yeah, they threw everybody in there.
I'm embarrassed to say I didn't see that.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I just
Man said Knock Kong will team up with Carol Baskin. That bitch
there you
Carol
go.
Baskin's gonna do it.
There you go.
since she never loses, there you go.
Oh my god!
Guaranteed win.
Right? He's gonna have like the simp on his shoulder going into battle.
Trey says they'll team up on a monster in the end.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
The tag team. Okay. Hey, Sam. He says,
Hey,
hey,
buddy.
y'all. Godzilla would win over King Kong any day. Yeah,
I think so too.
I think so.
Well, they fought in the past, right? Who has the overall victory? Was it? I don't remember. I've seen the movies before. Let's see.
I'll check that one out again.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't remember back in the old days in the '60s who won. I thought it was Kong.
I don't know. It was probably one rubber suit versus another rubber suit. The thicker rubber suit won.
Okay, so I guess it's that's true. So while some Godzilla and King Kong fans still debate over the outcome of their first battle in the '60s, the general consensus is that Kong won. Kong was the winner. Okay, so he's. I guess that's the consensus. I guess it's not very clear, but if you had to pick a winner, it would have been Kong.
Okay.
So they could just be continuing the continuity.
Okay, as Chef Zilla said, okay, if he won in '62, wouldn't you think they give Godzilla the win in the new one?
No, because they respect the material that came before. Unlike Lucasfilm, they respect the continuity and canon, and they have to keep with it. We should be applauding this, not
Thank you,
not ripping
JJ
it apart.
Thank you.
Chef Zilla says, I'm hoping for Mecha King Ghidorah.
Okay. Cool.
Nerd Cookie says, unpopular opinion. I love the 90s Godzilla, one of the best movie soundtracks as well.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Different opinions in the chat.
Yeah, that's good.
Soundtrack was definitely good, though.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. JJ, get the hell out of here.
JJ. Give me that money. Oh my gosh.
Aren't you bailing out domestic terrorists this week?
Yeah.
Get out
Oh
of
my
here.
gosh. Yeah. Let's go back to something a little more patriotic. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we go
infiltrating our group.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Oh, let's see. We continue here.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a hit piece on Superman yet.
Oh man.
Oh, they will. Give them time.
Oh yeah, they will.
Absolutely.
It's just a matter of time.
Well, once that Superman and Lois show comes out, where Superman's a domestic house husband, then that'll fail because the fans don't want to see Superman being super nanny, and then the hit pieces will come.
Super cock. All right, can't wait for that.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna punch myself in the dick. Thanks, thanks, TW. Appreciate that shit. Right.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, he goes on here. As he didn't specify which ones have merit or where to find them, but he did profess his G fandom. I'm a big Godzilla fan, and believe me, I hate the thought of Kong winning. If this storyline is crowning Kong as the new king of the monsters, then I will be pissed. I may never watch the Monsterverse again.
But didn't they do it in 60? What was it, 3? So it's already not already been done?
Yeah, they have done it before.
But some people may not know.
Oh, I didn't know. So yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't either.
You guys didn't know they had fought before?
No, I did not.
What if Superman landed in Oklahoma and his parents were Joe and Carol?
Go on it.
Well, then that'd be a show I would watch.
Oh my god.
That would change things.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'll never forget Toho for allowing that ape to shove a tree down Godzilla's throat. What?
Oh, I guess that's from the movie.
Oh boy, shoved a tree down his throat.
Dang.
That's pretty harsh. That's what Joe was trying to do out there in Oklahoma. Trying to shove trees down people's throats.
Show back give you a little advice, Steven.
Oh, Steven, don't punch your manhood. That is not the answer. Listen, sometimes I feel like the entertainment wants me to put my testicles in a vice. All right. And one day maybe we'll just go full cuck. We'll just all marry Carol and I don't know.
Yeah, I put your collar on and a
absolutely
chain,
some leopard print.
Lead you down the beach. Take pictures.
Bikini, I remember, to be fair, even the 90s Godzilla still respected this material versus Star Wars. I remember the 90s, the one you were talking about with Matthew Broderick. It was more like Jurassic Park. He had like Godzilla had baby Godzillas, and they looked like raptors. And I mean, he looked more like a dinosaur than or a giant, lizard more than the classic Godzilla.
And it was New York.
And it was New York, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they went back to more of the traditional look for him in the reboots. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't that big of a fan of that 90s. I was very excited when they announced it because I'd been a fan of these movies growing up, so I was looking forward to it. Then I saw it in the theater and I just thought, this isn't really Godzilla. But they did it right in 2000.
You guys, I love this chat. I love this Oh, so Chef Zilla says, I've been a Zilla fan for over 40 years and I've only seen Godzilla versus King Kong once. I didn't even know it existed.
I think that's it. That's all they've only done it. Fought once.
Wow.
Yeah, big build up for the rematch.
Yeah, the animated series was pretty good, Trey. I remember that series.
Huh.
I don't remember the Godzilla animated series.
I don't
remember that.
I don't remember that. I gotta catch
was
up.
He like was he like a superhero they called on when they
basically, yeah.
Yeah, I vaguely do sort of remember that.
Did he have a Godzilla signal or something?
They'd call on him and he'd come out of the sea. I kind of do remember that. Yeah, he like the Godzilla symbol.
Yeah, and the little, there was the little one. I forget the name. The little Godzilla's name. What the hell was the name of the thing? Chef Zilla knows, but that was his partner. The
lizard signal.
Well, it just looks like it's a lot of kind of rumors out that King Kong is going to win. So people are
freaking out.
They're freaking
Team Kong.
the heck out.
I'm going Team Kong on this one.
Kong has a weapon and Godzilla gets powers. That's another rumor. Goodness gracious. Okay. Okay.
Godzuki. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
Wait, but you know what's gonna
I
be?
Remember.
Godzilla has, I think, kind of traditionally been known as a female, and Kong is a guy. So Godzilla's gonna win because they won't have a toxic ape beat a feminine reptilian goddess.
They're gonna get it on.
Or that.
Yeah. Oh.
So we're back to the beginning.
Kongzilla, little Kongzilla monsters.
Oh God, that's an abomination.
It looked like Puppy Monkey Baby. Yeah.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Godzilla can breathe fire. Yes, I freaking love that.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
I love fire. It's probably why I like dragons.
Yes, he is basically a dragon.
Yeah.
Goddamn bitch, Carol Baskin.
Yes, Godzilla is. Hey, Subhuman.
Yeah.
Yes, Godzilla for the win. Yes, I am totally Team Godzilla.
But is Kong going to give her that dong? That's the question.
Oh, Lord. I'm really trying to get that out of my head right now. Oh, my gosh. So apparently it's a whole lot of rumors going on. One that they team up to face a bigger threat in Mechagodzilla is also a sound suspicion. I haven't seen
Mechagodzilla.
I would so love
yeah, I'd like
That's believable. That sounds about right.
It also
is this the same movie they're talking about, or this is just in general?
They're just talking about. They're just throwing out rumors and stuff.
Oh, okay. So they might have to team up Kong and Godzilla to take on Mechagodzilla. I can see.
Yeah, so they're saying it also appears due to some key sources that they will both team up to face a couple of so-called villain adversaries, such as Mechagodzilla or Mechaghidorah.
Read Toxic Man Flu's last comment.
What? Leslie Headland will produce that.
It'll be stunning and brave.
Yeah.
Stunning and brave. She'd be Godzilla. Hey, guy.
That guy.
Oh my gosh. 1998's Godzilla's female. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Remember
Tahoe's had never been sexed.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's non-binary.
It's non-binary, Zilla.
Yeah. So the end of King of the Monsters is at Mecha King Ghidorah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah, I
go
have
back
to watch that.
and watch those again. I have to go back and watch those again. So, Mecha King Ghidorah was a one-off upgrade that fought Godzilla in Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991, a film that greatly altered the Titan's origins. So it looks like there's just rumors floating around about the new Godzilla movie.
I will gladly be one of the guys like swinging from the pulleys for the next movie. You know,
Swinging from what?
You know, the pulleys they used to have the monsters on, the flying monsters.
Yeah, yeah. As a monster?
I don't know. I don't know. I make a joke and it fell flat. Look, all I remember. You remember Pee Wee's Big Adventure when Pee Wee went through the studio and there was a bunch of Japanese people and they were swinging from the pole.
Swinging up all the sun people. Yeah.
that image just came to my head.
I got you now.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's pretty much the whole article. They're just theorizing about what's going to happen and all of that. So, news is kind of slow, but that's pretty much
news is kind of slow because
for that one.
Oh God! All right, I'm looking.
Say when it's going to come out.
That's a good question.
When the coof is over and they can put stuff back into production.
Yeah. Because I thought it was supposed, I could have swore it was initially supposed to be later this summer, if I remember the trailer correctly.
Well, they have the release date is November 19th.
Yeah.
November of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here's one. Birds of Prey director debunks reshoots of Black Mass dick pic rumor.
Oh, no, God, no.
We're not getting into that?
Community last night. I can do it if you guys want to, because it is a delicious cat fight. I will say
please. Yes.
Have the link?
I'll bring it up. Do you want me to bring it up?
Yes, please do. You can do that while I find the police and gator video.
Oh Lord! Bitch took my farm. Oh, fuck no! You know Joe is pissed right now.
Oh, he
but
is
I'll bet
hot over that.
Woo! Trying to get some.
He's got at least 3 bath bitches though over there in jail. You know that shit. He's collecting a whole harem.
He's known as Joe Erotic over there.
That's right.
Oh my gosh,
that is so funny.
Wasn't the dick pics part in the diamond part of the original plot, Birds of Prey? Yes, that's what we heard, McKeedy 90. But this god awful train wreck of a film that I never saw. I've never even watched it. Do I have the right to call it a train wreck?
I haven't watched it either.
Hey, that's a shame, right? Harley Quinn is one of my favorite DC characters. Has been since she was introduced in the 90s, the animated series.
Yep,
has been one of my favorite.
It was terrible.
Great character.
Has anyone watched the Birds of Prey movie? And did it feel like there was a dick pic missing in the chat?
I refuse to watch that movie. I haven't seen it.
Would you bring up the article for me, Lorena?
Good.
And I'll go into this while you're looking for Gator videos. CBR.com. Birds of Prey director debunks reshoots over Black Mass dick pic rumor. Birds of Prey director Cathy Yan got into a Twitter argument with Grace Randolph about rumors involving Black Mass dick pics. Wow. Oh, man. Fighting with Grace. Look, Grace is an SJW, but she's funny from time to time. Director Cathy Yan recently fired back at journalist Grace Randolph for sharing rumors that Birds of Prey went through extensive reshoots in order to remove a storyline about Roman Sinus's dick pics. Randolph Randolph mentioned the rumors on Twitter, which said that Sinois, I can't even pronounce the damn name, was upset about the way his genitals were depicted on a statue. What the hell is this? Now I remember why I never saw this movie. Yen responded, "Excuse me, you have no idea what you're talking about. It's fascinating you would deem to try when you weren't part of the process, whatever." Randolph came back at Yan by saying that she only reported things that were common knowledge, while also mentioning that she'd been given Bird of Prey a good review. Let's see. Yan responded once again saying, "I thank you for your support, but let's set the record straight." Phrasing. Wrong words. All right. There were never dick pics. You peddling a pedophilia rumor is not journalism. Peddling any gossip is not journalism. I know. I was one.
Wow. She was one what? A peddler of gossip?
Or the word that I shouldn't say again. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, what entitlement? Look, what entitlement that these Hollywood people have? You're not allowed to have an opinion. You're not allowed to report on any rumors. You're not allowed. You're only allowed to toe a certain line. And if you stray from that line, then you're violating groupthink. You're violating what the hell ever. It's Grace Randolph, for God's sake, Cathy. She's on your side.
But
she's on your side
because she has the wrong opinion.
No one let her come back. No reporter is ever part of the process. They're different.
All right, and notice even when she tries to appeal her, I even gave it a good review. Right. It's like she doesn't care.
No reporter is ever
don't appease these people.
No.
Yeah. No reporter is ever part of the process. They're different jobs. Everything I reported is common knowledge with my insiders. I brought it to the public. I gave your film a good review, and I said that you have a strong fan base, so logically there should be no problem here. I mean, she's being diplomatic about it. Grace is. But Cathy's upset because I guess this stuff leaked out and it wasn't supposed to, got bad press, and frankly, she might be butthurt because her movie tanked.
Right. I think that's more of what's going on, because who would be upset about this?
It's pretty much part of it, and she pretty much got called out for trying to jump on the whole, Snyder cut, Ayer cut. She thinks she's, supposed to get a cut too. You get a cut, and you get a cut, and you get a cut.
Yeah, Ghostbusters 16 is going to get a cut.
Oprah's giving out cuts.
Cuts.
That's not going to trend.
You get a cut. You get a cut. You all get director's cuts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but if we got a cut of that movie, wouldn't it be you get a dick pic, you get a dick pic, everybody gets a dick pic?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Randolph would later bring up the rumor again in a response to a fan's tweet. Yan then commented, "It's not. This is not true. There has never been any discussion around the size of Roman's dick." I love it. That's the only thing the director added. I'm sorry, I'm juvenile. If they're talking about dicks on Twitter, I'm a happy guy. The director added that there's an image of Sinus as Michelangelo's famous David statue, where was mentioned in Birds of Prey original script, was as a joke to show the character's narcissism. However, the joke was removed for not working. The whole film should have been removed for not working.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God! Directed by Cathy Yan and written by Christina Hudson. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous blah 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 blah. Stars Margot Robbie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. We already know these people. You know what I was really upset about? I like Rosie Perez. I was a Rosie Perez fan back in the day, and I would have loved to have seen her in a good movie. I like Ewan McGregor. He can go a little nutty sometimes. I love Margot Robbie.
And Rosie like the character. I mean, I was expecting more from her, but it's almost like they downplayed her a little bit.
But if you think about all these movies, a lot of the times it's not the casting. The casting is not the problem. It's, they've got the roles for the most part pretty well cast. It's the writing of the characters.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we kind of see these actors, sometimes they have to defend their movie and they might get a little upset and emotional. Other times, in the case of like the Star Wars sequel trilogy cast, a lot of them kind of come out, sort of hinting that they agree with the fans, and it's, it goes to show it's not a problem with the cast or a lot of times the acting. It's a problem with the writing, how they're writing these characters and what they're being told to say in the script. That's the problem. I mean, look at this. We're arguing about an article about dick pics in Birds of Prey movie. Like, why is that even a thing?
Right.
You know, like, why is that even a thing?
Well,
The writing is so bad that's what is being criticized. You know, it's
We need
insane.
more dick pics in the universe, in the DC universe. Need more dick pics.
Well, Mads brings up a good point. She says, I went into it knowing it wouldn't be accurate. There were some cringy moments, especially with Black Mask, but it did also have some funny moments.
Well, that's good to hear.
It was really cringy, though. It was really bad.
Well, you know what? Even if it Mads, right? So Mads gave it a shot, and she said it had funny moments, and but the fact that you had all this, the rhetoric before the film even started, that kills a film. Go broke. It kills any momentum. Not only does it kill momentum, not only does it make normies go, I'm not interested in that, but those of us who are paying attention, it pisses us off. And now you've turned off even more people. I just don't understand that marketing plan. No one wants a yen cut.
No, they don't.
Trey, zigzag away from that one, buddy.
Don't release the Cathy cut.
Nope. Destroy the Feige cut.
Oh, man. You know what? I actually pray that they do that. I want to see the hubris of putting out a 3-hour Ghostbusters 2016 that no one will watch. And then I'm going to get Rob Shlomo, and I'm going to tie him to a chair, and I'm going to make him watch that movie, and I want that entire commentary. That's going to be the best thing that will ever come out of a 3-hour Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh my God. And I feel it. Mr. Beauty Blue 1 says, speaking of Feige, check out the Critical Drinkers review.
Yes.
Of Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh, yes.
I need that because I had to see this freaking movie over the weekend, and oh my God, it was freaking torture. It was torture.
It was horrible.
It is bad. It's not that it's just bad. It's that everything falls flat. There's one or two moments in the film that gave me a huh. You know what I mean? Like, that's the most laughter you got was huh. That was it. You know,
I can count on 2 fingers.
Well, and they took the opportunity to put Bill Murray in it, and not as Peter Venkman, and then they throw him out a window.
Right.
I guess you're supposed to think that's funny. I found that really insulting. Like, that's what you're doing. You're basically shoving what we loved about Ghostbusters, the prior universe, out the window. Oh, everything you loved about it, out the window.
That's the symbology, man. That's Luke Skywalker drink from Kathleen Kennedy's blue tit.
Yeah,
that's the symbology.
Throwing the lightsaber over his shoulder. Yep, everything you loved about this character, gone.
That's what it is.
Tossing them aside,
Oh my God.
And the thing about Bill, I can't believe Bill co-signed to that, but Bill didn't want to do Ghostbusters 3 for the longest time. He's actually a dick about that. The fans wanted Ghostbusters 3 forever. If they had come out within the late 90s or the 2000s,
so did Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. They just couldn't get Bill Murray on board with it. And then for him to do that, I was really shocked that he was in that and portrayed in that way. It's crazy that he agreed to that because he's not an SJW. As far as I know, in most cases, I don't. He's not really that kind of person. So, I don't know.
The Dan Aykroyd bit in 2016 was one of the. That was one of the moments. One of the. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
Yeah,
the only good thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Makini 90 says, I would have to disagree on casting. I just think there's not legitimate reason to race swap Black Canary.
No, that's purely SJW.
I mean, it definitely happens.
That wasn't Black Canary.
I had a theory that it wasn't Black Canary. I actually, and this is probably completely not what they had in mind, but to add some logic to it, I was thinking that maybe that was her daughter.
Well, you might not be far off. It could be because, Steven, you've mentioned this before, that the Joker in the DCEU is not, it's
that's my theory.
Yeah. Well, I think there you might be onto something there though.
Because her mom comes up a lot for
Jason Todd, I think, is who he may be.
Yeah, one of the other Robins.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Jane?
No, I was just saying her mom comes up a lot in the film for some reason. That doesn't really make any sense, but there's a lot in the movie that doesn't make sense.
Well, the thing is that Green Arrow isn't dark skin. So, I don't know. You know what? First off, okay, I'm going to be a little bit of...
is Green Arrow in that?
I'm going to be just a tiny bit petty about this. The casting for Black Canary pissed me off, just simply due to who her brother is, who the actress's brother is.
You see Smouye?
Yeah, juicy smoulet. Anything can, and I shouldn't be like that, right? I shouldn't. That's kind of a very, I understand how closed-minded that could seem, but look, I just don't want anything attached to, take a, take a drop of truth and sprinkle on a pile of bullshit lies at Subway at 3 a.m.
It is what it is. Man.
Yeah.
In a blizzard.
God, what a dickhead!
Sub-zero temps.
A polar vortex.
Like, the polar vortex. The cops show up. My man still has string around his neck. Who does that? Who does that? Who wants to? I mean, just in that instance alone, you are trying to incite a race war.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm forever going to be upset about that. That's all that was.
People started questioning it almost immediately. Like, no, this doesn't make any sense.
If you want a huge laugh, go on Netflix and watch Dave Chappelle talk about this. It is freaking gold. That's all I'm going to say. It is gold.
I love Chappelle. Not see eye to eye on some things, but you know what? That man is intelligent. He comes from good stock. His parents are smart people, and I love his delivery and his insights. And yeah, that bit is gold.
Absolutely. Yeah, in general, yeah. I pretty much liked all the stars in it, but it was horribly written and it just all their talents were wasted.
And I like, Chefzilla, I like the stars in it too. Or I did until the backlash from the production company. There's Patient Zero in my book, Ghostbusters 2016, Patient Zero, because that was the first time. Well, that was not the first time, but that was like the first major backlash against a fandom by production company, by the actors, by people involved with the production, shaming the fandom for not embracing their product. I was a fan of some of those people.
Absolutely, because after that came out, I was like, no, not interested in seeing it.
Right, like I don't care. Leslie Jones and that Trump mocking Ghostbusters tweet was just Leslie, what are you doing, honey? Like, And
here's the other thing with Leslie. Okay, she's a stand-up comedian, and I actually saw her years ago. Comedians are used to hecklers. So you mean to tell me that she was so butthurt that somebody criticized her performance? Or was it that a conservative gay man criticized her performance and maybe that was it?
And it wasn't even that bad a criticism. I mean, it was very fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Logical. I mean, he made points and that her character was just one of many. Like it wasn't just targeting her.
Right.
So
she should have been upset.
Yeah, absolutely. She should have looked like Mark Hamill does every time Midnight Judge plays that clip. That's how she should have looked.
Tom runs that clip on toxic femininity so much. Oh God, it's gold. Just the look on Mark Hamill's face. He's just punch him, Mark. Just hit him. Oh my God. It was just insane.
I want to see Mark Hamill come out of nowhere. Oh, you can just knock his big round head up.
Hey, Culture Casino, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, Culture?
Steven and beautiful ladies, yay. Yeah, Final is kind of sexy, isn't he?
that S on his chest there. And let's see, no life salutations to you too.
Hell, thank you for coming.
Right. Wow, let's see, at least 17 people watching. Thank you so much. Please be sure to hit that like button. Well, Ords, you know the chat's behind in StreamYard. I can't forget the bearded queen. Scott is hiding down there. He is. Okay. Well, I haven't seen him come up yet. So, Scott, if you're in the chat, eventually it'll catch up.
Every time y'all say bearded queen, I think of like Ords in like a harem outfit with like one of those shawls around his face.
Part of the Joe Exotic crew.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Or
shave
exotic.
that thing down. It's giving me the itchies.
You have to see the art of Ords with Bat Tom.
Oh, that's great. No, I've seen that. Oh, that's classic. That's what a sidekick's all about. Carol Baskin would be happy with that picture. Yeah, I got one of them too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, so
We done talking about the black mass dick pic?
Mm,
Is
but
there any
they
more
didn't.
we could say about it?
Well, you do know what it was, right? What they classified. Wait? Did you go through the whole Twitter exchange yet?
Did I go to? Let me go look. Hold on.
I don't, and because
I might not have.
Yeah, you're missing something. I don't want to spoil it for people.
No, this looks like it's.
Oh, was that it? See, go back up because there's.
What's right there?
Yeah, I think I read it all.
Okay, yeah, that's one that's missing because it turns out that what supposedly was the dick pic was actually a statue of Michelangelo with blackface, his face on it.
Oh, yes,
on the diamond that got swallowed, and Grace pretty much said, yeah, in the context, that is a dick pic.
Yeah. The director added that the image of Sinus as Michelangelo's famous David statue was mentioned in Birds of Prey original script as a joke to show the character's narcissism. However, the joke was removed for not working, just like the movie. Okay.
So the dick pic was basically the statue of Michelangelo with his face over it.
Yes.
With a little wiener. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't make.
And that got her upset.
I can't believe. Yeah, I can't believe that got her upset. It seems so pointless.
Well, I mean, these people are offended over everything daily, right? And they're representing communities for which they are not a part of, so they've got to be extra, gumptious and extra, offended.
And they're thin-skinned, and then of course, Cathy's basically trying to say that people don't like her because she's a person of color. I freaking hate that.
Oh man,
she says, "What is she?" She's Asian. It's like they don't like you because the only other movie you've directed is some crap movie no one has ever heard of, and then you get this big budget one that's just falls flat.
Well,
they don't
and
like
this
you
is
because you suck.
It might be, and this goes to think like, okay, this is. I don't know if it was a diversity hire, so to speak, but this is why I'm against diversity hires, because you need to. There needs to be like a ladder of not even success, just learning, because failures themselves can be a learning experience. You can grow from a successive failures, but they're not reaching out to people who are established, who are good at what they do. For whatever reason, they're in their position and they're good at what they do. Directors, screenwriters, these types of things. They want to just reach out into the ether and pick people based on their race or their gender, and that's the opposite of what I thought we've been fighting for the last 50 years. But you pick unqualified people that may not be ready for that. Who knows if Cathy Yan would have been ready for something like this in 10 years had she gone through the steps of success and failures to get to where she had the experience to pull off a major film like this.
Also,
the problem. Go ahead.
And I was just gonna say, also, that narrative doesn't work because people, for her to use that, if that's what she's using, that she's Asian and it didn't work. Look at Deborah Chow. The fandom is loving on Deborah Chow right now. She's
Deborah
Asian
Chow's
too.
the shit.
Yeah, because she made a good product. So you can't use that race card. It doesn't work.
Not only did Deborah Chow make a good product, final, but one of her first statements when she was being baited to be an SJW was, "I want to be known as a good director, not as a woman director."
Right. Yep.
From the gate, she's like, "This is my job. This is what I want to do. My race, my gender, my whatever. That doesn't matter. I'm a director."
Right. Yeah, it's my job.
She got my respect then.
Yeah.
And then I watched what she did in The Mandalorian, and I respect her work. So I'm willing to see what Deborah Chow brings to us next. Not because that's a woman, but because she's competent.
And that's what feminism was originally about. Being competent, not looked down on because you're a woman, but you're accepted because you have the same abilities and the same skill set to do the job.
But here's the problem too, though, with the failure concept. Some of them can't handle failure. They can't handle constructive criticism. They have no respect for the material. they do a shitty job, and then they get upset whenever anyone expresses any opinion contrary to what they want to see. It would be different if she accepted the fact that it sucked, but she can't do that. So she's going to continue to make the same sort of mistakes because she's not listening to fans, or she'll go the way of so many of doing the exact opposite
Right.
of what fans have said.
A lot of that.
Good fun.
A lot of that, I think, is coming from, maybe with the younger generation specifically, is coming from the school systems where everyone's a winner, everyone gets a trophy.
Absolutely.
They're not being taught like, hey, life isn't like that. Things don't work out. Sometimes you suck and you got to learn to deal with it.
Right.
They're not learning that in school. So what do you expect? They go in the workplace thinking that they get a trophy and everyone's going to love what they do. And like, that's not how it works.
If you're not getting hit, you can't learn how to take a punch.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I don't like that a lot of English programs have taken out stories that go over the hero's journey. The hero isn't successful right away. He winds up getting, or she winds up getting her ass kicked all along the way and learning each and every step of the way. Would we really have had much respect for Luke Skywalker if he defeated Darth Vader immediately?
Oh my God, Lorena, you are so toxic. All right, the hero is supposed to be perfect from the get.
That's why I'm on toxic
No
femininity.
No obstacles to overcome.
No, none.
You get one lesson by Luke Skywalker, and all of a sudden you're lifting massive rocks.
Yes,
out of the way to save your friends. I mean, there's no setbacks in a lot of these stories these
pulling
days.
Ships out of the skies.
Yeah, Mr. Mooney, that's what we were
pulling
saying.
ships out of the skies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mr. Mooney Blue One says whether these people are a diversity hire is almost irrelevant. What I find more worrying is that these people aren't allowed to fail, and when they do, it's always the audience's fault. Exactly, and not taking responsibility for one's actions is completely irresponsible in any part of your life, right? Because sometimes we do things that are shit, and maybe at the time we don't see it, but at some point you have to take responsibility for the things that you have done to get you to where you are. We have an entire culture that doesn't take being raised right now that doesn't take any responsibility for their own actions, and they're always blaming someone else for their faults. There may be outside forces in a situation that keep you down or contribute to keeping you away from your goals, but at the end of the day, it's your perseverance and the work that you put into something that determines success or failure, because at that point, even if you fail at something, you have succeeded in learning how to deal with something.
Absolutely.
And the thing too,
very well said.
Before was having respect for fans, because we will give almost anything a chance, and even if it's not that great, as this has been said before, if they're respecting the source material or they're trying to tell a good story, they're putting effort into it, they're passionate about it, and they respect fans, that goes a long way.
Yeah, Highlander 2 was terrible. I still watch it.
I still watch it too. There's something fun and charming about certain movies, even if they're bad, when they're not preachy.
Right, when they're not hit pieces, when they're not intended to.
If it's just bad and corny, you can still find something worth watching. It's still it's kind of fun, but when it's just preachy and it's giving you a political or social message, there's nothing fun to watch there. So it's just bad.
It depends. It depends, I think, on the type of film. The Boys in the Hood. That's sending a message. I love that.
But that's not bad. I'm talking about like just movies that maybe aren't that well done, but there's still something fun about them or something you can still enjoy. But I mean, Boys in the Hood's a good movie. So I'm not talking about like movies that are politically or socially inspired that are good. I'm talking about the ones that are bad.
Well, I guess there's the difference between classical filmmaking and today's ham-fisted beat over the head. And if you don't accept it, you're a bigot filmmaking.
Yeah. There's no subtlety. That's
a good point.
But Chefzilla brings up a good point. A hero that fails and overcomes those failures is relatable.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. And McKinney says Elizabeth Banks, Charlie's Angels tanked, blames men for it despite saying this is not made for men and that this is Charlie's Angels for the #MeToo era. And now she will be directing The Invisible Woman. Are you serious?
Oh, Jesus.
The Invisible Woman. What was that? Is that based off The Invisible Man, the horror movie, or is that Invisible Woman Sue Reed from Fantastic Four? Well,
No,
yeah,
it's
what
the
exactly?
Invisible Man. It's the Invisible Man re-envisioned. They're just gender swapping it, which is fine.
Oh, they just made Invisible Man.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Are they going to
Which
continue that storyline?
Got me,
I
bro.
don't know. I was supposed to see
You
Well,
know,
she
Invisible
does.
Man.
Oh, you
Yeah,
haven't seen it yet. Never
I
mind.
haven't
That's
seen
pretty
it
good.
yet.
see that Charlie's Angels pissed me off because I actually like the cast. And I like Elizabeth Banks before that. But yeah, all the rhetoric turned me off. I haven't even seen it.
Yeah.
Like
I haven't
when I
seen
was
it.
young, I saw reruns of Charlie's Angels TV show. I liked the reboot, the movies in the early 2000s, and I would have given this a chance had it not been a Me Too era misandric, mishmash of bullshit.
Right.
And the marketing, that's the other thing. The marketing never makes any sense. Why wouldn't you say, you know what? Everybody's going to love this movie.
Right.
This movie's going to appeal to every demographic. Bring your entire family. Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, that's a good point too. You're already setting yourself up for failure when you're not
Because
marketing to everyone because you're
we're dealing with an echo chamber of people that are virtue signaling to one another. They don't care about the fans, they don't care about the general public, and they're so disconnected with the country. You've got normies from all over the political spectrum and normies that don't pay attention to politics, right? You've got all different kinds of normies. And when you start gaslighting with that rhetoric, that turns all the normies off. They're like, I don't want to see that. Like, you might grab a couple lefties that are into that messaging, but that's it. Like, the normies out there do not want that kind of rhetoric in their entertainment. They just want to go enjoy a good movie. And then you have fans of these properties, dedicated fans of these properties who are going to be completely against it once you start involving that kind of rhetoric. So it's a lose-lose situation. I don't get it. The only answer I can think of is that they're talking to each other. They're making this movie for themselves. They're making this movie for their friends in Hollywood to score virtue points. That's the only thing I can figure.
Yeah, because they don't care about flyover country. They really don't. In Los Angeles, it's about that area that's bounded by the 10 freeway, the 405, and the 101 and La Brea Boulevard. Everything outside of that, they could care less about.
And God forbid they think about the rest of the world. I mean,
Yeah.
Hollywood is the largest, the number one market for movies, right? So you've got a lot of
Mhm.
people in other countries that watch these films that are dealing with their own social issues within their own governments, their own political leanings,
Right.
and they don't want to hear American freaking garbage. They don't want to hear that kind of American political, socio-political garbage.
No,
like who are you pandering to?
Their perspective is so narrow, they don't even see it.
they
They don't
don't.
see that they're cutting out much
They
of the
don't.
audience.
Because they have all their sycophants around them that told them everything that they want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Well, yeah. So no more dick pics.
No more dick pics? Okay. All right. Cool. So we ready? We ready for well, I was gonna say
Trey,
any, like,
Courtney, and I are holding hands across the ether for these alligator
okay.
videos.
All right. All right. Okay, so this is Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County, a little bit north of
Oh my god, that thing is
Miami.
huge.
this is the thing I saw. Yeah, this is the one I
Yeah.
saw.
Fuck is-
To the no, no, no. Yeah,
All right.
no, no. To the no, no. Yeah, to the
Yeah.
no, no.
Yeah. Hell to the no. Yes, sir.
Hell no.
Oh my god.
No, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell no, no. To the no, no. Hell to the no, no, no. Hell.
There has
So-
never been more perfect music with a scene like this.
There is no freaking way
Slow.
I would get back in my car and go back to the station.
It's like, yeah, that's why that one guy just like went and ran and said, no, I'm not
No.
dealing with
Was
that.
he black? Because of It's been like,
No, it was a white guy. I joke and I say that if any of the officers are like Seminole Indians, that's pretty much who they get to go wrangle the alligator.
yeah.
Yeah, damn
Like-
right. I'm grabbing an
The
Indian
way that they do, yeah, they go
or
and get 'em.
napalm.
So it's funny. It's funny, especially on cops, and there's a gator involved. Sometimes the gator helps the cops out. They'll catch the perp for them, pretty much. Get bitten ass or something. Yeah.
Forget police dogs. We need police gators.
But the criminals can always just zigzag and get away. So I don't know if that.
Well, depends. Some of them are too drunk to do that.
Some of them might be doing it unintentionally. They think
Good
they're
night,
running
Chef
straight.
Villa.
But
Thank you
when
for
they
coming.
fall down, that's it.
Yeah.
Good night, Chef Zilla.
Is there more? Is there more, Lorena?
What, more articles?
No, more Gator videos.
No, I'm gonna have to get some more. So for those of you, especially Mr. and Jane and a couple of other people that popped in on my Sunday Florida stream, that's a request. So I have to go out and collate some more.
Yeah, there was one, I can't find it now, but it happened recently, and this woman opens up her door to her backyard, and there's 2 alligators literally like circling around each other, wrestling right up to her door. She heard the pounding on it, and that's what woke her up.
I swear to God, I would Molotov cocktail my backyard.
Yeah.
Burn it all down.
Mm-hmm. It's
Oh
crazy.
my God. Can you imagine that going to the door? You hear a knock. And you
Yeah.
open it.
Oh yeah.
I know.
An alligator fight.
I can't imagine.
This is why my grandparents would have a machete by the front door.
For alligators?
Yes. And people, but he had a machete and a shotgun.
For Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, for alligators, because a lot of them, especially my grandparents, my great grandparents, they were working like in sugarcane fields and stuff like that in swampy areas, So they had to be on the lookout for alligators and stuff like that. And if they came up on one, hey, they had to be ready to handle that. So yeah, they told us kids when we were little, don't go near standing water because there's poisonous snakes in the water that can bite you and alligators that can grab you and pull you down and they wouldn't see us again. So they put the fear of God in us about that. No joke.
Napalm, all right? Molotov cocktails. If Jay, if you're listening to this on a replay, man, I'm coming down there armed. If I move down there, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's why I have firearms and why I know how to use machete.
Oh, I will learn. I'm a Philly kid. I'm coming down there armed.
Oh, dude, like I said, raised in the Philly suburbs, and you drop me in the middle of freaking nowhere, Florida. Whoo! Can I come home now? No, 3 weeks aren't done yet. You're still there.
I'll be like, look, I want to come back to Darby. I don't care. I'll come back to the criminal hood. I would rather deal with my brothers and sisters in the struggle than deal with these alligators. Not happening.
Oh my God.
Oof.
Did you see how big that thing was? It was big in person.
Oh yeah. I have seen them that big when I used to work at the Kennedy Space Center and I'd have to drive around to different buildings. Oh yeah. They would be that big, hanging out, getting sun.
Oh no.
Hanging out.
I'm moving lethal lightning up with me in Florida. That's what I'm gonna do. Well, I'm gonna need my own Crocodile Dundee to deal with that shit.
I bet you Lethal's got some stories too.
Everything there's trying to kill him.
Right.
I don't know how they make it.
It's like Florida.
Man of Wars.
Florida is Australia of the United States. And like I said in my Sunday chat, Britain was sending Florida us their convicts, Florida their convicts, Spain was sending us their convicts. We got everybody's convicts in Florida.
Damn. Those poor Seminoles. Holy shit. God.
Florida, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. If I go down there and see a gator come up, I'm climbing on the tallest guy there.
Right, man. Right.
Woo.
That is funny.
Well, folks, it's almost about that time because I don't know if folks are aware, but tonight the Dark Council and the High Council are doing a show together. And I think it's on World Class.
Yep, it's gonna be on World Class Bullshitters.
Yes. So I think that's starting 8:05, I believe. So
yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that. I guess they're gonna rotate people through because the High Council, all hail the High Council. Mm-hmm. That's Jeff Hicks, Mecha 42, Queen of the Fandom Menace, and Tom Connors of Midnight's Edge, and then the whole Dark Council crew. That's 6 people. So.
Yeah, so the green room, as I call it, is going to be kind of loaded up like Tom's birthday stream was.
Yes. Nobody put Script Doctor in the corner.
No.
Terrible.
So let's go around and we're going to shout out our channels and everything. So why don't we start with Jane?
All right. Hey guys. You can reach me here on YouTube at Jane Theory, where I have movie and television reviews each week. And you can also check me out on Twitter at Jane Theory. And if you enjoy Game of Thrones, you can also catch me discussing Winds of Winter predictions on Mondays at 6 Central. And we have a Game of Thrones book club on Wednesdays at 6:15 Central on Sporking News Podcast.
Awesome. And also, Jane is, well, we'll wait till we get to me. Go ahead, Stephen.
Thank you, Lorena. I'm author Stephen Walton. Check me out on my channel, author Stephen Walton, or you know what? Stay away from my Twitter right now because I'm an asshole on Twitter right now. But you can check me out on TR4 every Tuesday at 6:30 to start off your Fandom Menace Tuesday nights. And thank you to everybody who came over to Lorena's channel to check it out. Please subscribe to Lorena if you have not. She is a wonderful member of the community, and I'm very happy. You did a great job tonight, by the way. Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I do the Pegasus Actual Podcast on Supreme Heretics channel every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a retro review of Battlestar Galactica. We've just, it's just a chill stream. We got Script Doctor over there. Brian the Gravedigger's coming back soon. We have Raquel, who frequents Orville Nation's channel a lot. She's a wonderful woman. Bear Nerd Fun comes by when he's not throwing darts and drinking beer. And yeah, we just have a lot of fun over there on there. And let's see what else we have. Rogue Entertainment on Saturdays with everybody you see on this panel, plus Sporking and usually one guest. And where we talk about pop culture, entertainment, and just try and have some fun. So thank you guys for stopping by. Really appreciate it. My love to the chat. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Be good to one another. Peace. Almost forgot that part.
And we have Final.
You can find me at Final Death Star on YouTube. Also Final Death Star 1 on Twitter, and Final Death Star on that Gram thing. Instagram. You can find me there as well, and here on I guess on Steven's channel for our TR4 show, and also Bear Nerd Fun on Saturday nights for the Four Horsemen, where we talk about more esoteric topics, usually.
I gotta come by there soon.
Yeah, it's a fun time. You get to get into some of the other weird things of the world.
Y'all gonna talk about that UFO in Idaho this week?
I sent that, I think, out somewhere. Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That kind of reminded me of the one that I think we talked about it. Yeah, my friend has footage of one from here in Orange County area that was like 7 lights across the ocean, very kind of similar to the one that was popping up recently.
Can you imagine the alien showing up and looking at all this shit? God, they just were like, nah, I ain't dealing with this.
Man, we made a wrong turn.
I'm out. Peace. Deuces.
No, they've already got over here.
But it's real quick though, isn't it nutty that just not even 2 months ago, our government, the United States government, just said, yeah, UFOs are real. They're just like, okay, we're tired of bullshitting. Although they, they're still lying about a lot of stuff, but they say it's real, and then we get this picture of this huge, the lights in Idaho. Yeah, and that's damn. We're not talking about that, so I'm going to go check out your show with Bear this week.
Yeah. We do get into a lot of UFO sightings and topics and show footage and stuff too. So, yeah, it's crazy time all around.
Absolutely. All right. Well, folks, I am Lorena Creole on Twitter, and Lorena Creole here on YouTube, bringing my special spice to pop culture and sci-fi analysis.
Spicy.
Yes, spicy. So you can find me. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to be on the Babe the Menace on Mary Mayhem's channel, and I think that starts at 8:30 Eastern. You can also find me Thursday at 7 p.m. on This Week in BS on Justin Proper's channel. At 9 p.m., the Queen's Council, which will be on my channel this week, and Jane Theory is going to be joining the Queen's Council as a special guest. Starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully see you guys there. Also on Saturday, Rogue Entertainment at 7 p.m. with all of the panelists here. And on Mondays at 10 p.m. on toxic femininity as well. And special announcement, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live streaming again, and the live stream will be featuring season 1 of Game of Thrones, a television series. Jane will be joining me, as well as Christy and Stig and Scott if he can make it. So if you're a Game of Thrones fan and you jumped in with the TV series,
Yes.
definitely join us.
Yeah.
I love that show. Or I loved it.
Yeah, we won't talk about it.
Action, intrigue, magic, boobs. I'm there.
Ew. It's like the fantasy soap opera I always wanted but never knew I needed. Absolutely. Well, folks, jump on over there to the High Council to check out the High and Dark Council combined together.
The High Dark Council.
The High. Cause I got high.
Accurate in more ways than one.
Okay. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, chat, for being so amazing and giving us just some awesome content. Wash your hands. Avoid swamp ass. Be good to each other.
Don't make Carol Baskin angry.
No, she will disappear you. Good night.
Good night.
Stay away